Hello YouTube, welcome in, we're back. Oh my god, insane. Now today, we're going to talk about Plus Minus, a Arknights mainstay. He's been around for a while and he has, as you would expect, some opinions on the Endfield beta. I'ma say right now, my opinions of the beta are mostly good, but my god, let's just talk about it and get it out of the way real quick fast. I hate to have to say this out loud. People are gonna get mad at me, but I gotta say it. The roguelite system is terrible. Okay, Arknights, Endfield, Griffline, Hypergriff, whoever needs to hear it. The roguelite system is terrible. It is conceptually terrible. Even though it is unfinished and it is a beta, go back to the drawing board, okay? let's keep it a buck that it's a little bit plain, bland, and it's nothing short of just a PlayStation 2 platformer. I trust them that they can make it good, but they need to start from scratch because the current approach towards it, because it's meant to show you the concepts, is a little bit lacking, all right? That's just my opinion. Dislike if you want, I don't care. Yeah, the roguelike sucks. There you go. There you go, right? Not just me that thinks it. But yeah, anyway, let's see what Plus has to say. And please, as well, go watch. I don't know why it says I've watched this yet. I haven't. This is a pre-watch, guys. I maybe clicked on it. I don't know. Go watch, go subscribe, and also go like the video on Plus's side of things, okay? So without further ado, let's see what bro is cooking.
Hey fellow netizens, Plus here. What does it mean to become the next generation of gacha games? Imagine Factorio, Xenoblade and Death Stranding had a threesome, and the ultimate result of that is Arknights Endfield. The anticipation and longing for the beta test access was huge. The sad reality—
Dude, can we just talk about that real quick? The war that went on when this beta access got announced. Oh my god, I made so many enemies. All because I got in. It might have been like one of my favorite times in the gacha community ever. Let's just say that.
The reality was that the majority of people went from hoping to get access to coping to get access. But we really came a long way, from alpha test last year to beta test this year. And eventually, there will be a Sigma test for everyone, so we can finally evaluate if you are ready for the Endfield experience. And then we can start ending fields at the Arkest of Knights. So, where do we start? By choosing between ranked racism or professional genocide. Although it is definitely preferred to have an average education of the history of Terra, I would confidently say that you actually don't need to be an expert of Arknights lore to enjoy Endfield's story. Trust me, I'm saving you from a lot of depression.
Yeah, can we just say that real quick? As much as base Arknights fans will tell you that you need to know the first game, yeah, don't need to know the first game. The first game is just so loosely connected to this current game and its affairs. You don't need nothing. You can go in blind, just like Girls Frontline 2. You can just fire it up, bing bang bosh, and you're in there like swimwear baby, and you can just start playing and understanding what is going on around you. Sure, there is homages like the Graveyard, and there is references to the base story, because at its core, it is still a continuation, but you don't really need it. It just gives you a little bit of an extra buff if you choose to play the first game or learn its lore, right? Trust me, it doesn't really change much. I can guarantee you that. It makes you very depressed if you do go back to the first one, okay? Insane.
Unfortunately, this was all a dream, and in actuality, you got shot down while eeping in an advanced coffin. You woke up not remembering who you are or where you are, but you know one thing for sure. This planet called Talos 2 is yours to take. It is time to exploit the last bit of its resources, because the factory must grow. Welcome to the true experience of playing Arknights Endfield. We are not here for sparkling fantasy combat, but brutal war-time contracts. Endfield Industries is an industrial and construction company that put exploitation of the native lives on Talos 2 above all else. It is our primal goal to spread the so-called Terran civilization far and wide in this brave new world. You ask me why? Because we fucked up our previous planet, and now we are here to fuck up this one as well. Unfortunately,
it's kind of like the human race, no? We try to get to Mars just to kill that shit too, brother. It might just be like a real retelling of real-world events. Insane.
Unfortunately, Endfield Industries has mined too much minerals, reducing the local rock population drastically. And in response, the rocks try to fight back, which is why you have to kill every single rock formation on this planet. So, whenever someone asks you what you were doing, your answer would always be, I'm an Endfielder, I do Endfield stuff. Actually, I have to correct this one. It is not I'm an Endfielder, it is we are the Endfield.
Dude, I do wonder, right? This is something I just want to know. Do you think they're deliberately being cheesy with some of the one-liners? Like, they have to be self-aware, even in the translation department. What they're like, dude, we are the Endfield at the end of the concept trailer for the beta. They had to know they were just Linkin Parking Final Fantasy fucking Transformers-ing the end of that, right? They had to, right? But when you get to the actual in-game stuff, when it's like, I am Endfield, I do Endfield stuff, they're like, yeah, we know it's goofy. We do. People act like that's accidental. They have to know, okay? They're like no, bro. They got to know, okay? They did this in the first Arknights. Yeah, they did. They've done it, right? They've done it a lot, but it feels like it's like every other sentence. So we'll say that. I feel like maybe there's a little bit too much, but hey, we'll see. We'll see.
Because luckily, you won't commit war crimes alone. You will always be accompanied by your employees. We have Supervisor Perliker, aka Amiya 2.0.
Yes, sir.
She is probably a workaholic, so you can slack off. Happy Chen. She is the meme, the smile of the company that we have to spread as far as possible. Congratulations, you have just wasted another 10 megabytes of data. Wolfguard.
Yes, sir.
Back to using guns. Wolfguard, the emo wolf, does emo wolf stuff. Zaihi, the techno nun, which is
the real GOAT, by the way. If you hate Jai, I hate you. You should never watch your channel again. You should dislike and unsubscribe and leave. How dare you pass up on the queen?
a word I just invented. She has been worshipped by a large portion of people on the official Discord server of
I was first! Let it be known I was first! Okay? I am not some goddamn follower. I am a trailblazer, right? There are leaders and followers, and I'd rather be the dick than the swallower. I was the first Jaihi Division 1 glazer. Do not pass go, okay? Do not collect 200. Do not be a poser, okay? Insane.
Industry. Are you interested in joining? Well, the requirements are simple. Get a master's degree in computer science as well as theology, and you will be blessed by Zaihi's armpits every night. Alternatively, you can say goodbye to your body, become one with the machine, because for her, the flesh is cringe. Amber, on the other hand, is the sancta that acts like a reformed sarcasm.
Dude, people hate Ember's design, and I don't get why. I've seen some reactions to her design, and I just want to say you're wrong. Sorry, hate to be that guy. Hate to be that guy. Yeah, to the people who are like, oh, her design's way too raunchy. It doesn't link up. Who cares? Who cares, man? It's funny. It's a good design, and you know, it's not that fucking deep. Okay, I'm just putting it out there now because people are like, people think the lore of her backstory and everything doesn't line up with her design. What is that even? What is that sentence even? I can't even speak because of how crazy that sounds to me. It's just a design. Don't lose sleep over it. It's fine, guys. It's fine. Right? You're welcome to dislike it. I just don't get the vehement levels of pushback, right? There's a lot of volatility where people are like, just remove it from the game, right? That's crazy. You can dislike it and still play it. I don't care about that. But the extremism is, oh, crazy.
Yes, she just doesn't use guns.
A skin will appear to appeal to them. Butt cheeks!
Anna would be my personal pick as employee of the month, not because of how dedicated she is at work, but because of how dedicated she is after work. Gilberta is not her name. You will always be my Angelina. Anyone in the company who calls her Gilberta will be fired immediately. Aurora, aka Snowshine, has the most convenient lore plot. She is supposed not to wear much to be able to withstand the cold.
A lot of Ember talk about her design, yet we give this the pass because it's lore accurate. Guys, come on, get your heads out of your sphincters. It's crazy. Ember too, don't she? And in terms of like who says that, it's Twitter. I'm aware Twitter is accessible. But they give that the pass. They're like, oh, lore accurately speaking, she'd overheat if she wore more layers. So she may as well be fucking naked. If anything, she's not good enough. It's not good for her race.
She may be one of the most wholesome looking polar bear women you will ever see, but don't get fooled by her cuteness. She is terrifyingly strong.
Whoa!
Freezing cold arts, arts that can burn everything to the ground. Introducing the potential lore woman who keeps yapping about defeating demons. She was infamous for being one of the most broken operators and is probably going to stay in Endfield as well.
And she's still very fun.
Yvonne is the gamer girl that every League player wishes themselves to have. During combat she can perform some intense penetration. A wise woman from ancient Terran era once said, "Don't underestimate a Wolver's stamina." Arknight is the new speedy horse who can
Oh, yeah.
technically give you an infinite supply of SP if you know what you are doing.
Yes,
The
sir.
Pen is a panda, and he can cook. And as for Lee Fen, I'm
What's up,
sorry
Dim?
to all the Lee Fen enthusiasts, but I know nothing about him, because I haven't gotten him yet. Well, I could have
You can have my Lee Feng. I want him off my account as fucking soon as yesterday, okay? Okay, plus we can make a little a mono trade, okay, brother?
gotten him if they added a key feature into this game, which is the ability to use my credit card. The combat system is quite unique. As you might have noticed, you are not alone doing the fighting. You can bring your whole squad and gang up on a single individual to
Pulling Sunshine to Zone overexposed is like saying you don't leave husky dogs in the snow, they won't get cold. True!
dominance. On top of that, there are also unique combo skills that you can trigger by fulfilling different requirements during a fight. But make sure not to get too close to the waifu grabber. There are multiple ways to avoid that from happening.
Bro, the way he just yeets you into the ground with no respect is crazy.
Trigger stagger, and your next attack will be a lot more lethal. Then there are a ton of different arts reactions that you can trigger by either combining different arts attacks or overlapping the same arts attribute. Beside the combat, you can also order your squad members to commit mass deforestation in your stead, or even mine minerals, and all of that simply requires one click. Luckily, we don't have to mine manually. This is an industrial company after all, which is why we got automated machines to get the job done.
True.
All the resources are the foundation for the endgame, which is the production of stacked gears at an industrial scale. So, let's talk briefly about the factory. Do note that I will only talk about it briefly and make more extensive videos about it once the game is officially out.
Which I think is fair. And I think it is fair to say right now, as I said all the other times, Factory is a great concept. Wording could definitely be improved and make it more friendly to the casuals. Okay? Love them or hate them, they should be here. Do not gatekeep, not be that kind of guy. I love the factory building, but the wording is a little bit, you know, it's good. But it's classic Arknights of struggling to type properly. Oh, man.
First off, this is the core of your facility.
Dude, you do get a lot of space, don't you? You get a lot of space.
Everything begins here. You wonder where the factories are? Let me just activate my domain expansion.
Your base is in here for 3 seconds.
Start with the refinery. After that, the processed materials can be turned into a variety of products for further processing. At the next stage of the factory, you can combine specific products to mass produce useful items in an industrial scale.
Okay.
Things like healing potion, batteries, and explosive.
What the fucking shit? Dude, this is maximum efficiency, man.
We will plant them on a massive scale just to burn them.
Is this your base, by the way, Renegade?
However, there can't be a production line if you don't provide it with sufficient energy, which is why it is always crucial to keep an eye on.
Who the fuck has a 3-to-1 ratio of GGs? Oh, man. Oh, man, that is crazy. Look, I would like to imagine I am bad at, like, power consumption ratios, but this is impressive. I get you break it for the video, but damn, this is a real person eventually, trust.
On your power usage and power output. To be able to increase the power output, you have to use Originium. Playing this game for long enough, and any factory will end up looking like a spaghetti. The more you look, the less you see. But
good point. Very, very good point.
don't worry, if the factory somehow ends up not working, you don't need to blame yourself. Learn feng shui and blame the facilities. Aside from the never-ending grind to achieve peak efficiency at the factory, you can also build quality of life facilities outside. You can build a stationary Lancer too anywhere.
What I will say is I think one of the best features of this game is the actual base building not being condensed to a specific area. You can put it anywhere, right? The ultimate fact that it can be anywhere, whichever way you please, obviously within reason of like actual construction stuff, is probably one of the biggest W's. If they restricted that and the only things you could put overworld is specifically ziplines, we would be beyond fucking cooked. It's actually crazy. Yeah, huge props, Griffine. You've done something very, very good. Your creation, we saw it. No way.
Too tired to walk from one location to the next? Maybe you should consider building some ziplines so that this game stops being a walking simulator.
I will say though, maybe they should add a couple more quick travel places, because if you don't, it's like exploration is legitimately pulling teeth. You have to go out of your way to build the ziplining stuff, which which I get. They're kind of forcing you into doing that, but that doesn't instantly make it a good feature, right? I've come around a bit more on the idea of having a bit more access to the overworld, like traverse, like I guess you could call it mechanics. But like again, we'll have to see. I imagine in the end game we'll get more than just zipline and zipline V2. Who really knows, right? Who really knows? Like getting new WOD views, yeah. I feel like a motorcycle is going to come eventually. I would imagine it would, but who knows, man? Who knows?
Engineering your complex network of ziplines throughout the entire map to embrace the ultimate experience of the 5G network. The enemies are too annoying to fight? How about building automated weapons to fight in your stead? There is a wide variety of different weapons in your arsenal to try out, from regular gun towers to big grenade launchers, from beam towers to freezer guns. And this really makes you wonder, can we play Arknights in Endfield? Yes, there
Outposts.
is an actual tower defense game mode in the Outpost,
Cinema.
where you can even see the paths the enemies would take. At some point I would even say, this is literally Arknights in 3D, but you can just circle it in 4K. Once you have established your corporate influence in other locations, you will be able to build sub-factories. These facilities can increase your production per second, depending on what you want those to specialize on. I have a few of my favorite setups that I would like to present. This one is for smelting raw materials, this one is the wheat house, and this one can provide me with an infinite amount of industrial explosives.
What is bro building? I like the idea of the outposts having a direct effect on your main base, because it, oh man, as you said, you can make it in specific areas. If you were locked to only main base for like direct production mats and stuff, oh my god, we would be beyond cooked. There would be infinite stress trying to min-max it and like keep everything building at a stable level. The outpost feature is a godsend in the aspect of production, but the actual defense system's kind of bleh. It can be a bit harder in my opinion. For those who don't know, in the outposts you play base Arknights. That's essentially what I'm trying to get at. And it's for me it's kind of easy, and it's not even like big brain easy. I am a Neanderthal, so if I'm beating it with ease, it's too easy. That's the be all and end all of it. So hopefully on full release there's more to it. Maybe enemies are more sophisticated, because right now they just kind of beeline to the nearest attacking tower and just like clonk the shit out of it. So the whole strat is put 3 of them in one area, have them all fight each other and protect each other, and then you play the other area with your overworld characters and they just kill everything there, right? It's very, very simple. It's not bad, it's just simple.
Alternatively, you can just cook mom's spaghetti. Anything works as long as it gets the job done. But the one thing that I need would be a facility that can produce nuclear warheads. Progressing in this game far enough and you will be able to visit Hongshan, basically the Yen of Talos 2. I have to say, this is by far one of the most beautiful places in this game. Shu Event Rerun came a bit early this year.
Oh, it was a piece.
Aside from all the base management on Talos 2, there is also a base system in space, more specifically the real headquarters of Endfield Industry, a giant
the original game base, chat. The original game base.
spacecraft called Dijen. By the way, this is where the gacha happens. It is also the place where you can send your operators to work, grow skill materials, produce level up items, interact with your operators, and best of all, the bridge. Maybe it's just me, but this place keeps giving me a major Lone Trail vibe. And that's about it. I really need to focus the content of this video and keep the best stuff for the final release. Big shout out to my channel members. You guys are
huge
the best,
W.
and the reason why I don't feel shit about myself. Consider to like and subscribe.
Damn, dude, you cooked yourself like that? That's crazy. But yeah, everyone, please go, by all means, follow, subscribe, like the video over on Plus's channel. It is also in the description of the video. And yeah, dude, I feel like it wraps it up perfectly. It has so many good things going for it. It is very enjoyable. Again, it's not really a video made to critique things, but did we not have fun watching it, right? I will still stand and die by the sword of the outpost base building is fun, but the outpost tower defense is bare bones, right? It's bare bones at best. But again, it's a beta. I have to keep saying that for some reason. It's a beta. They could change it. They will change it. I trust them to. But hey, if you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, go send some love Plus's way, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.